Hey everyone, this is Empress Pamela. So, today is day 70 since my cancer diagnosis. It's been 8 weeks since my surgery on January 10th. I had my follow up with my cancer doctor on the 23rd, so about 12 days ago, February 23rd. And they checked my internal stitches from my hysterectomy. Everything's healing, but I still have to wait a full 3 months before I resume my water aerobics and water exercise and taking a bath. So better safe than sorry. So I'm looking at about April 10th before I can get back to normal. Um, I'm at the car dealership getting my oil changed and some things looked at. So I'm sitting outside. It's supposed to be about 80 degrees today, which is unseasonably warm for here. So you'll hear traffic and cars, and I apologize for that. But it's a good time for me to record a video since I have the time. What else? So at my appointment, um, I did get emotional. I mean, that's kind of like my middle name for the last couple of years. But it's been such a whirlwind, and I think my emotions finally caught up to me. And I don't know if there's this thing called survivor's guilt, but if it exists, I probably have it because my experience with cancer was basically, if you call it, one of the lucky ones. Or, hopefully they got everything with the surgery. There was no chemo or radiation involved. And that kind of thing hits you in that there's always someone else who's worse off than you. And, I've got a couple of family members that have their own cancer journey, and it's been so taxing on them. And I guess I'm one of the lucky ones, if you want to say it that way. So they had suggested I talk to the social worker because there are resources available to people with cancer. Sometimes it's specific. For instance, if you have breast cancer, there's more resources that are designated for people diagnosed with breast cancer. So I have a list of resources to go to. There's not too many because, again, some are designated for certain type of cancers, but also within my own mind, it's like, why would I want to take away a resource from someone who's worse off than me? And it's that kind of, it's not a disease, but it's something that I grew up with where you're putting other people's needs first before your own. And then it goes back to the wound of worthiness. Am I worthy of getting the help I need when there's other people who are worse than me? Why are they more special than me? So it's kind of dealing with some childhood wounds in addition to trying to heal from cancer. Healing will never escape you. You are always healing. And when you have a diagnosis, then that just adds on to the healing that you already need. And sometimes the healing that you need comes to the forefront. So that's one thing. And then another wound is the scarcity mindset. So the financial pressure. I got to the point where I will avoid going to the mailbox because I don't want to see another medical bill or statement. And it's like avoidance of your reality. I have to figure out a solution for how to take care of the financial burden of the cancer diagnosis. So that's another issue. So while I talked to a social worker, they had recommended that I speak to a counselor, which they have available for no charge. Because if they charged, I would not go because I can't afford it. It goes back to not seeing my worthiness of spending the money to get the mental help I need with dealing with the cancer diagnosis and then life after cancer and everything else that was a part of my healing prior to even my medical situation. So, the good news is I will be having my first appointment with the counselor on this Wednesday. So, I have not seen a psychologist or psychiatrist in years and years. Probably, I don't know, over 20, over 22 years maybe. And I only saw one counselor once, and she just talked about why I'm fat or something. I don't know. It was a weird thing. I remember her name was Rose Bazakis. She was back in Greenwich, Connecticut. And she just wanted to talk about why I'm fat and father wounds, which I guess if I look back at it, there was something to it, right? Because addictions, worthiness, father issues, daddy issues, all that kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm going to get the mental help I need. And the good news is, and I guess what the message is, if you are going through something similar, swallow your pride, speak to counselors, social workers, take advantage. I don't want to say advantage, but consider the resources and the assistance that they have available for people with your medical condition, your medical diagnosis, because in the end, we're all here to help each other grow and heal, and it's also a way to show that you love yourself. So self-love, right? It all kind of goes back to that. But I feel good physically. Like I said, I'm anxious to get back into exercising and getting in the water and taking the spiritual baths and things like that. But I'm not going to rush it either. I'm going to take heed to what the doctors say, listen to my body. From a dietary standpoint, I've continued to be gentle with myself. I'm doing a lot more research, watching videos, eating healthy, eating balanced, still looking back at possibly going back to keto because it helped with inflammation. The only thing was I really kind of got tired with the meat stuff, so I'm looking at incorporating more healthy carbs, like from plant-based food, vegetables, some, what is it, like if I have bread, it has to be like multi-grain, seeded, the kind with good fiber and that kind of thing. So I think it's more like a combination of knowing how your body reacts to certain foods, with insulin resistance, taking care and how much sugar I intake. Again, eating healthy carbs, having a balance. So it would be like, for me, going forward, I would say it's a combination of keto, vegan, and Mediterranean. But also, the bottom line with this is balance. Um, Seeking balance in your life, listening to your body, what your body needs, what your mind, body, and soul needs. being, treating your body well, and just overall balance. So that's where I'm at right now. This week, I'll be making a more intense effort into um, trying to figure out how to manifest a source of income that is in balance with my healing journey, my lifestyle, and what I'm good at, what my passion is. So that's always been kind of a focus, is to try to be in a situation where I can be compensated for my gifts and talents and also feel like I'm contributing in the way that I was meant to. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at, and I appreciate you listening to me. Hopefully, if I've inspired you, if you are on a similar journey, just know you're not alone, you are loved, and we're all in this together. Okay, so take care and enjoy your day. Love you.